Hi guys, Andy here. I'm quite excited today. I've got a new watch, as you'll know by the video title. I always think I've got to introduce what it is, but you've already seen, that's the reason you've clicked on the link. So anyway, I've got a TicWatch Pro from Amazon. In the sales it was like 150 something, £156. It's normally 200 or so. The sort of headline for this device is that it's basically got two screens. So it's Wear OS, which is like a good start. And some people talk about the... So I tested, or I owned a watch, Huawei Watch GT, a few weeks back, and the battery life was immense because it was on their own light OS, but at the same time the operating system was very restricted and just, in my opinion, not really very good. But that battery life was like, whoa, amazing, even with sort of real-time heart rate sensing, monitoring. But I do want to stick with Wear OS. I do think it's the better option. It's got better usability with notifications and things, and just, you know, it's got apps and all sorts. It's just, for me, it's the better option. But you suffer a little bit with battery life. What this intends to do is, you've got two different screens. So one of them is your regular sort of smart screen, nice and colourful and does everything, and then the other is kind of your old-fashioned digital watch type thing, so it can swap between the two depending how much battery you want to use at the time. So I mean, at the same time, with the Watch GT, I found it was almost just as much effort to not charge it as it was to charge it. I'm taking it off, well, most times I was taking it off, or what I usually do with the watch, take it off and put it on my bedside at night. And do I put it on the charger or do I put it next to the charger? Having said that, there are times when you might be going away for a weekend and you think, oh, I've got to take my watch charger with me as well. And if you can switch it into a slightly longer power saving mode that's a bit more efficient, then I guess that's a good thing. And also with my current watch, so I'm using the Huawei, was it W1 I think, which I quite like. I think it's quite a nice looking watch, but it's a bit old now and it doesn't always charge. When I drop it onto the charger, you have to kind of jiggle them about a little bit. And sometimes you just don't notice, you drop it on, you're not thinking about it, you wake up in the morning, you go to work, and then you go, oh, I've got 16% battery left. That is a bit of a pain. So at least with the TicWatch Pro, even if that was the case, you would have the option to switch it over into just a sort of old-fashioned digital mode, where you can still use things like heart rate monitoring, I believe. Well, I mean, that's kind of why I've got a phone to have a play with it, and I cut the box there. And maybe while you're watching this video is to see, well, how does it work? Because I'm quite interested to know, if you're in the power saving mode, do you still get notifications? Because for me, notifications are the big main reason for a smartwatch. I know it sounds kind of, I don't know, first world problems, but you feel your phone vibrate, you've actually got to take it out of your pocket or whatever and have a look, and or maybe even unlock it and have a look. And that's a little bit of a pain. And it can be a bit rude at times as well. Obviously, sometimes you want to have a bit of a glance. What was that? Well, it's nothing important. Or vice versa. Oh, wow, I just got to step outside for a moment. You know, if you're in a meeting or whatever. So, let's see. How does this slide out? What's the deal? There we go. And then the big reveal. Ta-da! So it's a quite a nice sort of box and package. Let's just pop the phone aside for a second and see what's in the box. Official site, okay. So obviously this, I don't know how to heart rate monitor, speaker, microphone, magnetic chart, okay. Now my unboxings are generally a bit of a sort of an adventure, just kind of looking through a device and seeing what it involves, and it's not full necessarily facts and figures and all that kind of thing. I will hopefully learn the facts and figures and obviously give opinions in the actual review. So there's the charging base. There's not much to know. It is a little bit of a shame that more wearables don't use Qi charging, wireless charging, especially with me having the Mate 20 Pro that can reverse wireless charge, because therefore I could charge my phone anytime, charge my watch anytime off the phone, which would be quite cool. So, charging base. So it's quite a big watch. Again, I'm just going to compare to quite a sizable difference. Let's peel off the protection front and back. Now the first test will be, does it fit my wrist? And I'm going to do this behind the camera just because it's hard reaching around the camera. Whoa. That is quite a close call, I would say. I don't think, I mean, I can get to the second hole, but that, no, I mean, that does feel a little bit tight. Come on. Let's take it off again for the moment. So you can change the straps. Look, there are the sort of the quick release things there, which is very good. It is actually a very nice strap though. So it's kind of got a leather exterior look, but a soft rubberized interior. So I will try. I think I probably would like to keep using just this. Oh, I like it. It's got little notchy bits near the clasp look, so I can hopefully clamp that one in, well, not clamp it, but hold it in there, and then I'll just use the one because I've only got a little bit of leather left. Oh, that feels very sort of, I don't know, clicky. Feels good quality. Now I'm assuming holding this down. There we go. I felt a vibration. TicWatch. Looks quite a crisp screen. Again, for more actual specifications, you'll want to wait for the actual review. We're just at this point going to wait for it to boot up. In fact, what I'll do, because it might take a little while, I'll get it booted up and I'll try and get it connected to my phone, and then I'll come back to you. So there we go. Regular procedure to sort of connect to your device. It seemed to take quite a long time copying the account, longer than I would normally imagine. I mean, the message does say it can take up to 5 minutes, and it was maybe, well, maybe it was about 5 minutes actually. It was surprising because I'm not used to it taking that long. But one thing I realised, that possibly actually it copies stuff from the watch back to the device, because these are watch faces that I haven't seen before, and I realised obviously these are watch faces from the device, I guess. Now, I don't know how well you can see that, but that is in the sort of power saving mode. It might not show up too well on the camera, but I can assure you I can see that reasonably clearly in reality, so that's fine. Let's press a power button. But here are the apps that we get with it. Essential mode, so that's where it would just be the power saving mode. Fitness, mode view privacy, step ranking. So obviously there's a few things I'll need to have a bit of a play with, and again in the review there'll be much more detail. Let's try a different watch face. So that one looked quite interesting. We saw already there, notifications working fine. If the camera will focus on it, there we go. Now, what does this bottom button do? Open from, okay, please install Mobi, okay, open from phone. So this must be like a companion app. Okay, time to control, right, so start. Help day through, not an, okay, right. Health center. Right, so again, all of this will be covered more really in the review. I haven't done anything with the watch for it to have any actual information. Routines, what are routines? So if we wanted to buy anything else, we've got a store there, and then here's my account, Google Assistant. We'd have to link up. I'm just popping in my information to help it work out. Oh my goodness. It's going to take a while to scroll to. I think the one other thing that we will check, I'll put it back on, because we'll just try the heart rate monitor. I mean, not that I'll particularly know if it's accurate or not at this point. Testing. Try to keep still. As I said, one thing I really did like off the Watch GT was the constant heart rate monitoring. It was quite fun just to be able to look and see at any point. The reason I wanted to get this bottom button working, I thought I'd seen a video where the bottom button, oh, it's still constantly reading. That's quite interesting. And I believe there are apps that will kind of emulate almost the constant heart rate monitoring. I mean, even just every sort of 5 minutes perhaps might be too bad. If you know of a good app to do that, drop it in the comments down below, please. But yeah, I think this button will be programmable, and I will set it just to take my heart rate. So just to see what versions, tap to view. Yeah, so we're on version 1.2. I'm reasonably sure, and I could be wrong, the security patch is from July as well, which isn't great. I'm reasonably sure Wear OS now has version 2. I'm sure my other watch, every time I reset to change phones when I'm doing a review or whatever, it goes back to 1.2 or whatever, and in a couple of days it goes, we're on version 2 now, and I have to then do all the setup again, all the guys. So maybe in a couple of days this will upgrade to version 2, I hope, because I quite like version 2. Anyway, so early impressions. It's actually very comfortable. I mean, the strap is that is quite close. It's very comfortable. I like the strap. I like the build quality. The buttons feel good. The screen, I would say, looks very good. If you aren't subscribed at the moment, please do. We're just coming up to Christmas, so I don't know when I'll get the review video done. It might not be till even into the new year now. But subscribe if you haven't, to make sure that you see my thoughts on the watch. So there goes the TicWatch Pro. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below, but for now, my name's Andy, and I'll catch you all again soon. Well done, and thank you for making it to the end of the video. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, you might want to click the little fellow that should hopefully appear about here to subscribe. You may also want to check out some of my other videos, which are going to appear somewhere there. Also come and have a look at my website, androidandy.uk. There is also a forum. Come and say hello on the forum if you've got any questions about things, or request me to review things, or anything else. Just come and have a chat on the forum.